What's up guys, Mark here, back with the next playing card review, and today we have a video I'm super excited for. We have 10 Art of Play mystery decks, and we're going to be opening all of them in this video. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy, and let's get into the video. Okay, here we go. We have 10 Art of Play mystery decks. I was just setting them up for a thumbnail there, but real quick, before we get into the video, I'll explain to you guys a little bit. This is going to be probably a little bit longer video, by the way, but I'll explain to you guys what these are for the people that don't know, and then I'm going to talk about the ones I want to get, what you can get in these. I'm super excited for this. So this is these Art of Play mystery decks. So they do them every Christmas. Dan and Dave Art of Play. And they always make like special ones that are just in the mystery decks, so it kind of adds like a rarity to it. And a lot of them, you know, become more expensive to get on, say, like eBay or XDecks or other websites, because you have to get them in a mystery deck. So yeah, add some fun to it. But yeah, so they do, a lot. I think like 30 different decks each year. There's always random ones too. Like for instance, I'll try and make this quick, but how I pretty much got into playing cards and like collecting stuff. Like the last few years, I've gotten the Art of Play mystery decks. I have to say, this year the packaging is my favorite I've ever seen. There's a couple people that will I've seen that leave like a sealed one from every year, so then you don't know what the deck is. It could be a really expensive deck, but I'll see if I can find a way to like put one back together. Because yeah, that is so sick. It's an actual like rubber stamp, very pretty, as well as that just looks so cool. So yeah, try and keep these intact because they're really pretty. But last year I got in it, and here's the thing. So Dan and Dave, who own Art of Play, sometimes they'll throw in, because like they buy a lot of playing cards and collect a lot of playing cards, and so sometimes, you know, they'll put in some decks that they bought a bunch of or whatever. So last year I got it's up there, the Fontaine Kogan alts, I believe, and it's like, you know, I got it. The mystery decks are $12, and I'll put, you keep on going off on tangents here, but I'll put the mystery decks, or how to get these from Art of Play, in the pinned comments as well as the description. But yeah, so I got the Fontaine Kogan alts, and at the time it was going for like $300 on eBay. And you know, I opened it up, didn't know what it was, looked it up, saw it on eBay, and that deck is still sealed, and now it goes for about $100. I'll put it to the side. But either way, that kind of just like really showed me like, oh wow, there's decks that are rare and more expensive, and it was super cool and really got me into collecting a lot. And it was about the time I started making videos, was right after that, and I bought a bunch of mystery decks. And you know, I thought next year I can't wait to, I'm sure, you know, if you guys are seeing this, you see they sent me the sticker as well. The mystery decks, they always send a bunch of them to Chris Ramsey, and he does reviews on them, but or at least opens them. Maybe he doesn't do reviews, but you know, does what I'm going to do in this video, opens all of them. So yeah, we're going to open all 10 today. If it's a cool deck, because you know, we're not going to leave all the decks sealed. If it's one I haven't seen before, we're going to open it. Like I said, I don't want to make this too long, but I already know it's going to be a little bit of a longer video. So yeah, we'll open up wrapping to see what all the decks are, but then open a few of the decks up at least too, to see the cards from them. Because yeah, that's the fun, exciting part. And so like I said, they do, you know, random decks from their collection, and then a bunch of decks they make and sell on Art of Play. So ones I'm looking for this year, there's a thing called 6ix9ine Atlantic that they just started. I'll put a picture to the side. It's like this magic sort of like club, like a comedy club, but for magic, it kind of seems like. I believe it's in New York, Brooklyn, maybe. I'll put a picture to the side. But so they just opened that. I really want to go to that sometime, but this is like their house deck apparently, and this is the first time they're releasing it. So if you go there, you're like doing magic, like this is the deck you would use, or if you go there, you know, this is the deck they'd have for sale that you can buy there. So looking for that deck. It's one of, you know, I'll put in so many pictures to the side, but I'll put another picture of like their ad for the mystery decks, and it doesn't list everything that's in them, which is part of the fun. Other decks I'm looking for, so the Ultimate deck by Stranger and Stranger, they're releasing a gold gilded edition. There's 3 gilded decks they're releasing in these mystery decks. In the Stranger and Stranger gold gilded, that's definitely one I'll be looking out for. They didn't say it specifically, but looking at the video they posted, it looks like there's going to be a new Art of Play brand deck, which the second Art of Play brand deck they came out with last year in the mystery decks is like one of my favorite decks of all time. It's up there, I believe so, right? Yep. On the top there, the Art of Play Curious Wonders. The Frank Lloyd Wright, they have Midway Gardens, it's called. That one looks super cool. And then, like I said, maybe some decks I've never heard of. They're from their collection or just decks they bought and put in this. So yeah, hoping to see some new stuff as well. Something else to look out for, and this is the last thing, and then we'll get into the cards. So the last 2 years, there's been, you know, pictures to the side there, but there's been 2 years ago, they came out with the green Overlook deck, and then last year they had the white Overlook deck. So that'd be really cool if they came out with a 3rd edition, because they've done it the last 2 years, so that'd be really sweet if they had a different edition this year. Yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, there's obviously stuff I'm gonna miss, and I could talk for 20 minutes about all the decks that could possibly be in this, but yeah, I'll just open them up, and as we go, I'll tell you guys what it is, if I know anything about it, and yeah, let's get into it. Let's see here, we have, I don't recognize this, Lucky Draw playing cards. Interesting. I recognize that name, but I don't have this deck, so definitely a good start. Deck I don't have. Very cool tuck case. Oh, and before we get any further, I already talked about it, but 10 out of 10, like the rubber seal, get that to focus there, and then it's beautiful, like nice, you can tell it's like an expensive paper, like a nice, it's not just like flimsy, cheap paper, it's like super nice. So yeah, they definitely outdid themselves on the tuck case this year. Oh, and then they have a little game here too, or something. They have this little thing on the inside of it. Sorry, I can't see. Make sure that's focused. But yeah, they always put some, well, I thought it was a game. One year they had a game on the inside, like Hooks and Ladders or something like that. But yeah, so Lucky Draw is the first deck. And yeah, let's keep going and see what else we get. I want to put those in view there. And like I said, depending on how many cool ones we get, we might open more at the end too. I, you know, kind of wanted to see what we get first. Yeah, Messy Mod V2s. I have this deck. One of my favorite decks of all time, actually. I believe it was the first deck I ever got in a mystery deck, actually, too. So that's very cool. I just want to see. I think I should be able to... Yeah, that goes back together really nicely, actually. Huh, interesting. But you guys know what this one is, so it's fine. I might, because I already have a deck of that up there, though, put this one in, you know, the little Art of Play sticker and maybe just glue it back a little better. But yeah, I like how easily that goes back together. But yeah, I can figure that out after the video. Let's get into the next one. Let's see here. I'm trying to open these without breaking anything, just because, I don't know, it feels like a crime to break this. William Stout Fantasy Playing Cards. Okay. I knew this one was in there. I think I mentioned, oh, that was Frank Lloyd Wright. I do have, he did the dinosaur playing cards in last year's mystery decks. So yeah, I have those ones. I'm guessing this is kind of the same vibe. Really cool artwork though. And just to mention, all these decks are Art of Play, or not all of them, but most of them are going to be Art of Play. So it's Art of Play and William Stout. So they pick a designer and work with him. So it is still Art of Play deck. Same with this, same with everyone we've opened so far, actually. But yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. If there's a deck that's not an Art of Play deck, I'll let you guys know. Yeah, pretty good start. 3 down, 7 to go. Let's see here. Okay, next deck. Ooh, here we go. Sweet. This is one of the ones I was hoping for. This is the Art of Play. I believe this is going to be the 3rd edition of the the Art of Play brand deck, I should say. And the reason, so I saw, this was the picture I saw up here, and I knew this was going to be an Art of Play brand deck because I'll show you guys in one sec. They did a deck a couple months ago. I'll just grab it. Okay, so yeah, we'll open this up and hopefully it is what I think it is. But so they released this a few months ago, and I won't get into the whole story of this, but they're called the blind packs. And yeah, they released, Art of Play released these a few months ago, and I saw this, and they didn't mention what it was. It was just in the background of the videos, or sorry, of the video they just put out, and it had a similar vibe with all the squares and the little sticker or stamp being the same there. So yeah, I figured that's what it was. But yeah, let's grab a knife here and open this up and see what it is. But yeah, I'm expecting this to be the Art of Play brand deck. So in 2022, they had an Art of Play brand deck. That's super cool. I've done a video on that. They had a few different colorways. And then last year, 2023, they had the Curious Wonders. That one I had to get on eBay. So like a lot of the decks they do, like don't expect to get it. They do a lot of different decks in here. And obviously the more rare ones, or like the gilded ones, there's going to be less of. But yeah, let's see what this says. Yep, epiphanies await the curious mind, and then wonder, wonder, wonder on there. And this is definitely what I was expecting or suspecting, the Art of Play brand deck, because on both versions they have epiphanies await the curious mind. And then the second version is called the Curious Wonders, has the wonder all over that. So yeah, I'm guessing this is going to be the third edition of that. And a lot of the times, so like the Curious Wonders playing cards, like this one has an Art of Play card there. So I'm pretty safe to say that this is, sorry, and then just a couple jokers here. So yeah, pretty safe to say that this is Art of Play brand deck, the third version. Very interesting how it's not a symmetrical two-way design. It's a one-way back design. Very cool though. Yeah, fan looks cool. Something about one-way back designs is if you flip the fan, it will look differently. Actually, it doesn't for this though, because in the different corners there. Oh, that's really interesting. So you see how they have the brown in this corner and that corner, and then the lines in those two corners. So even if you mix up the cards, it's still going to show all the same, no matter, sorry, lost my train of thought there for a sec. But yeah, no matter which way you do it, because the corners are matching. And even though this is a longer corner, like you only see the very edge of the card for the most part. So yeah, fan's going to look the same either way. That is definitely something only people that make a ton of cards would think of. But yeah, super cool. I like that a lot. So how they can do a one-way back design but still make it work for cardistry and stuff. So yeah, very cool. But what I was saying, so the Curious Wonders, or last year's Art of Play brand deck, sorry, thinking here, they didn't have, it didn't say Art of Play anywhere on it. Actually, it didn't say Curious Wonders on it anywhere either. It was just a pretty blank deck. Now that I'm thinking about it, I could be thinking about the Void if removed, or the Overlook deck. But either way, not a lot of advertising. Like, it's not going to say like, oh, Art of Play brand deck year 3 or whatever. But yeah, super cool deck of cards. Let's give it a couple shuffles here. Don't have a lot of space here. But yeah, like I said, this is probably going to be a longer video, so sit back, relax. I always love watching these videos personally, which is why it's so fun to be able to make one. But yeah, cards feel really nice. Let's see. Yeah. Nice, smooth deck of cards. Yeah, I like it a lot. Yeah, very cool. Like the fan there, like I said, even though it's shuffled, looks the same all the way around. Wow, very springy deck of cards. I like that a lot. Wow, this deck of cards feels really good. It's the same thing that have been in both versions. If I think of it, I'll put up pictures. If not, I won't. But it's got the other two Art of Play brand decks have that exact same like eggshell color. So, you know, if you get all the decks, or at least, you know, pay attention, you can kind of tell, even though that's a, I don't know, last year, so they like did a video explaining all of the decks. This year, they haven't put one out yet. I hope they do. Dan and Dave, that is, like last year. they explained what every deck was, and it was really interesting, you know, how they came to make it and stuff. So I hope they do that again this year, but without context, it's all speculation, because like you can't look up this deck or buy it anywhere. It just says Art of Play on it. Yeah, pretty confident to say that this is the new Art of Play brand deck. But yeah, I like it a lot. Very similar to the other two, like the tuck case, how it kind of, you know, very similar to that. So it's got a lot of just like Easter eggs, you could say, throughout the year. But yeah, it says special edition there. I didn't notice that before. Very, very cool. So yeah, 4 down. You might be able to tell from my stack here, I already put one up there. That area is kind of blocked for the most part from where I'm sitting up. But yeah, I just love this so much, and I wanted to keep one intact at least. So yeah, I put one up there, but it was the, sorry, I forget the name of the deck already. I'll put the name of it up there. Man, why can't I think of the name of it? That's all right. We got a lot of more decks to open. Oh, okay. Here we go. Next deck is the Just Type playing cards. It's funny because the last one was Messy Mod. But this and Messy Mod were definitely the first 2 decks I ever got from Art of Play. I believe Messy Mod was first, then this was second from Art of the Play mystery decks. So yeah, super happy with this. It is a really cool deck. It's kind of one that, in my opinion, gets overlooked. It's all about like fonts and stuff. As you can see, like the K there, you know, has the heart and the king, and it's a super cool deck of cards, and it looks simple when you just glance at it, but like I said, I think it gets overlooked because it's a very, very cool deck of cards, and yeah, one of my all-time favorites. But let's see, so we have 5 left, so 5 down, 5 to go. Really hoping to get the 6-9 Atlantic and maybe the gold, what do you call it, Stranger and Stranger deck. Oh, sweet. Here we go. So this is, it's funny, because now I have 2 of them, but, well, actually just 1 now. But either way, this is glad to have another one of these. Keep one sealed. This is the Art of Play, Curious Wonders. One of my all-time favorite decks of cards. This is the one I kept talking about earlier. But yeah, so this is, so now I have a first edition back there, so now I have the first, second, and third for Art of Play brand decks. So yeah, super happy. Never could complain about getting this deck. Seriously, like, I highly recommend it. I've done a video on it before. One of my all-time favorite decks of cards. It's just so beautiful and whimsical. And yeah, you can't go wrong with it. So yeah, super excited about that. Let's get into the next deck here. Oh wow, see, that's what I didn't want to happen. Although, this does feel super cool on its own like that. So that's one to keep to the side. But hoping to get some more cool ones here. Oh, this is one of the ones I wanted. The Midway Gardens. I don't know much about this deck other than the tuck case looks super cool. And oh wow, this is insane. Okay, so we're going to open this one before we get to the last 3. Make you guys wait a little longer to see everything. Oh, that is awesome. Huh. Okay, I see here. I thought that was like the number they made, but it has the years there. So there's a lot to get into here. So this is Midway Gardens by Frank Lloyd Wright. Frank Lloyd Wright and Art of Play, that is. Let's take off the tuck case here. And then, yeah, I really, you know, this is a very simplistic design, but I don't know why. When I was watching their video to prepare for this again, I was like, just write down a few that stick out, you know, saying that to myself. And for whatever reason, this one kept standing out to me, even though it's very, like I said, simplistic design. But yeah, I really like it. I'm trying to remember what the last Frank Lloyd Wright deck was they did with him. I know they've done one before. Sorry that I'm struggling to open up this tuck case. Oh my gosh. Any day now. Okay, I think it was a good thing I paused it. So I was opening this up, or at least attempting to, and I was trying to remember what this deck looks like, and it really reminded me of the Imperial Hotel deck. So then I grabbed that from back there. I was like, oh yeah, that was Frank Lloyd Wright. So very similar vibe to it. So bear with me here as we read this. Midway Gardens was a cultural center and entertainment complex on Chicago's South Side. An extraordinary achievement for Frank Lloyd Wright. Yeah, if you want to pause and read the rest of it there. But yeah, so this is about Midway Gardens, and they did a very similar thing. So you can see the cards from there. So like if you have a card flipped around, it's gonna look different in the tuck case. I believe Imperial Hotel was the exact same, and they gave you like one of the ad cards were just meant for like leaving in the back there, and Imperial Hotel's case, the front, just, you know, show like that card. But very cool. So how you touch the cards from the tuck case. Also really like not enough people do that. So many people do simple stamp stickers, whatever you want to call it, like just cutting off one side and doing it diagonal like that. Just like super cool. I wonder who made these cards. The cards smell very strong. Super cool though. Also, I like, you know, the simple color palette, like the tans and browns and then the orange to make it stick out there a little bit. Very cool. Also, oh, didn't even notice that in the logo for Midway Gardens, we've got the same triangle kind of thing. That's the sticker there. So very cool. As well as the 1914 to 1929. I'm guessing that's the years that Midway Gardens was around. But yeah, let's get this open. Man, a little bit hard of a tuck case to open there. But so yeah, as you can see from the back here, and that card stuck to it. When you take out the card, you can see straight through, obviously. But yeah, so ad card. Yeah, these cards smell super strong. I wonder if these are Legends playing cards. Nope, they're not. Sorry, that won't be it because they're not sealed. But either way, wow, very intricate design. Well, I can't talk today. Oh, okay, so sorry, I'll just read this real quick. Actually, I'll pause or you guys can pause and read it if you want to. It's a lot of writing, but I want people that want to be able to read that to read it. But yeah, it talks about Midway Gardens. I see it's demolished in 1929. So yeah, from 1914 to 1929. Other ad card there. And then let's see. We've got just 2 Midway Gardens cards. Super cool. Oh wow, this is going to be a very, what do you call it, like geometry sort of look to it. Wow, super, super cool. Let's get into the back design real quick. So it is a 2-way symmetrical back design. I believe it looks symmetrical. Yes, it is. But super intricate, detailed, a lot of line work and stuff. Super, super cool. I like the negative spaces there too. How they said like the darker shade and stuff. Really, really cool. I'm sure a lot of work went into this deck. This one, I'm not going to go through as much here. We're just going to flip through some of the cards real quick. Oh, wow, that's sweet. How it has the shapes with the pips and indices there to... Wow, that is insane. Really, really like the look, like the font choice. Super cool. Let's see here. Yeah, very, very cool deck of cards. Well, I just want to see what the court cards... Okay. Huh, interesting. So we've got like this ancient Egypt, like, sort of look to it almost, in my opinion. Very faint, like, color. Again, not quite as much, but almost like that eggshell white, and then that brown there. Super, super cool. Yeah, very cool deck of cards. This is definitely one that I will do a review on in the future. I've noticed that, like, the decks that get popular from, you know, which I could see this definitely being one of them because it wasn't in the, how do I say this? So like this deck was not, you know, a deck before this. So last year they released the Yosegi deck in the mystery decks, and like people had no clue what it was. So I made a video on it, and like that is my most viewed video, I believe, and it's all from like people doing the YouTube search. So I'm gonna have a lot of videos coming out about like the decks that got released this year. I'm sure I'll buy more mystery decks as well. But yeah, super cool. Made sure I put that back in the correct way. So we've got the tuck case as it's meant to be. 3 decks to go. I'm really hoping for the 6-9 Atlantic deck. That's the one I'm most excited for. Gonna be, oh man, the stickers keep coming off, or the stamps. That's so, so cool though. Alright, let's see. Oh, cool, cool, cool. This we're gonna wait to open till the very end. If this is really a gold gilded ultimate deck, then this is like a very expensive deck, but I'm gonna open it anyway. But man, super excited about that. We'll save that till the very end. And I was hoping to get something good. I was getting a little nervous when it got down to 3 decks. Not to say these other decks aren't good. These are obviously awesome decks. Just type playing cards again. This is the first edition, actually. I don't have this one. The second edition I have like 3 ones of. But yeah, this is super, super cool. Happy to add this to my collection. Last deck. Kind of sad this is almost over. This is a lot of fun. But like I said, I'll probably be getting more mystery decks, but I wanted to get 10 of them and just do like a big video on it. Otherwise, I also order like 2, and it's like I didn't get what I wanted. And that's the tough part about mystery decks, but also what makes them so fun. Ooh, wow. 2 good ones at the end. So I didn't mention it, but another one of the decks that they added a gilded edition to was this Alfred Hitchcock Vertigo, which I don't have the regular edition of these, and I could be wrong. There's a small possibility, maybe better than a small, but there's a possibility that neither of these are gilded, but I think they both are. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to open this deck. If it's gilded, we're going to end the video with that for now. If it's not gilded, then we're going to open this deck as well. But hopefully they're both gilded. Hopefully at least this one is, and then I'll think they're both gilded because I won't be opening that one. But and I'm not going to go through this deck because this is like I made like a 20-minute video on this deck. If you guys don't know what this is basically the first deck that Dan and Dave ever did. It's one of the most beautiful decks of all time. I kind of wanted a sealed version, honestly, but it's like, this is a gilded version that makes it so cool. And they've done different versions of it. Like to get like a first edition of this is like impossible nearly. But like it always sells out instantly when they get this deck. But basically a different artist, sorry, this is impossible to open. Man, I probably look like an idiot right now, but a different artist did a different, so 52 artists each did a card on this, or 56 even possibly, but either way, like a different artist did each card of this, and it's just like a book of art, honestly. Like I said, everyone should have one of these. It's the coolest thing ever. And they decided to do a gilded version for this year's mystery decks. To my knowledge, this is the first time they've ever done a gilded version. So yeah, let's hope that this is gilded. Damn, I should have opened that. I wanted to keep a regular version sealed. It's not gilded. That's a little tragic. Yeah, I'm not even, I'll flip through it quickly just to give, not through every card, but just to give you guys an idea of what this is. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, just an insane deck of cards. Like, yeah, it's so beautiful. Yeah, like I said, I made a video on this deck. It's an insane deck of cards. Everyone should have one. Now I have 2. Man, I was really hoping that was gilded. But you guys know what that means. Now we get to open this deck and hope this is the silver gilded version. Yeah, I'm happy with everything I got. Like I said, probably going to be getting more. Won't do a video for it because I'll probably just get a couple. And then if I still didn't get the 6-9 Atlantic, then I'll probably do another one. But either way, I'm very happy with what I got. A lot of stuff I haven't seen before. Only got, I believe, 3 decks that I already had out of 10, which, well, 4 if you count. Yeah, 4, I believe. But either way, like I have pretty much every Art of Play deck, so it was expected to get some I already had. But I like having 2 decks of ones because then, you know, I can use one, play games with it, or, you know, not be worried about messing up the deck of cards when I have a second one. But yeah, I'm really hoping this is because the 2 main things I wanted, not to complain, very happy with what I got, but the 2 main things I wanted were one of the gilded decks and the 6-9 Atlantic deck. And I didn't get that, which, whether it's through eBay or a mystery deck, I'm going to have one of those in the next couple months, hopefully sooner rather than later. But oh, 5% battery here. Let's get this open real quick, and hopefully it is what we're looking for. Silver gilded, come on. Let's see here. Hopefully this is, oh, that's tragic. It's not gilded. Well, I don't have this deck, so we'll look at it anyway. I'll be right back. Overly optimistic about the chances of getting a gilded one. Looking back at their video, I see that I was kind of, I don't know why, under the impression that like a lot of, or apparently that all of like the ultimate deck ones were going to be gilded or whatnot. Yeah, I'm very happy with what I got. I didn't have the Alfred Hitchcock Vertigo ones in the first place. So yeah, I'm happy to get those. Happy with all the decks I got. But yeah, I'm gonna, like I said, I'll probably be getting, more than likely be getting at least a couple more of the, sorry, just wanted to look at the deck here, of the mystery decks, and I really want the 6-9 Atlantic deck. I don't know why, that deck just looks really cool, and I really like the idea of it, you know, being like the house deck for them and whatnot at that place. Really want to go there. But so yeah, I'll be doing videos on a lot of these new ones because a lot of people have questions about them, so I'll be doing research on them and stuff. And like I said, hopefully Dan and Dave put out that video. Interesting cards there, huh? It's really cool. That looks like in a movie when like you see the credits at the end. I digress. So, oh yeah, it is like that. It has like the starring. That's really cool. I don't know who these people are or what this deck is about, but that's super cool. Maybe I should have looked at the ad cards. Either way. So yeah, I'll be doing some videos on the decks of cards I can find out stuff about. Yeah, especially like the Art of Play brand deck this year. I'll definitely be doing a video on that. I have a video that I want to do soon about like all my Christmas decks of cards. So yeah, there'll be some cool videos coming up, as well as, you know, I think like as well the mystery deck channel. A lot of people are looking up mystery decks and then specific decks. So I think, you know, it's good for the channel. I said about the Yosegi deck to, you know, have, you know, people are looking up certain decks. So to have those, so yeah, I'll definitely be getting more mystery decks, be doing more reviews, and I think this Alfred Hitchcock deck I'm going to do a full review on definitely at some point soon. Very, very cool. Oh, it has Alfred Hitchcock. I don't really know who he is. But yeah, I'm going to have to look that up. But either way, this tuck case is like one of the nicest feeling tuck cases. Super, super cool, as well as I see Fulton worked on it. My guy, Brad Fulton. But yeah. So that is about it for the video. That's the 10 mystery decks. And yeah, hopefully I'll be doing more. Probably won't be doing another full big video like this. Nah, maybe. We'll see. But either way, here's 9 of them. I already put one of them up there so you can see. But yeah, 10 mystery decks. Super happy with what I got. We'll go through them again real quick. So we had the Ultimate deck by Stranger and Stranger. The Vertigo playing cards. Let's see, the edition 1 of, we're just type playing cards, the Midway Gardens, the Frank Lloyd Wright deck, which was one I was hoping to get, one of my favorite decks of all time, the Curious Wonders. I have a video on that as well if you're interested to see what that deck looks like. It's one of the coolest decks of cards. The new Art of Play brand deck, the edition 2 of the just type playing cards. Oh, this one, maybe we'll open this right now real quick at the end here. So we have, this was our first deck, the Lucky Draw, which is funny. First deck we opened, Lucky Draw. And then the Fantasy playing cards by William Stout, who also does the Dinosaur playing cards, which I have a couple of those actually. But you know what, for the video, open these real quick. And I don't know anything about this deck. I'm hoping this was a deck that just came out this year. Other decks I hope to get in mystery decks, I named most of them off in the beginning, but there's certain people that like every year Art of Play does deck with. One would be James Coffey. I have the orange edition of that. I believe that was the first edition, and then last year they had a green. The Hi My Name Is Mark cards I don't actually have any of, but that's always one I thought looked super cool. So yeah, hopefully there'll be one of those. But yeah, I'm definitely going to get more mystery decks. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys get if you're getting any mystery decks. Like I said, pinned comment will be have where you can get these at, and yeah, they're $12. So like even like the cheapest deck like this is going to be like a $15 deck on Art of Play. No shade to William Style, I'm just saying I believe this is like, you know, like when it comes out on Art of Play, like this is still going to be like a $15 deck. So every deck is a great deal. And then there's some like this, like last year around this time, or a couple months after rather, so like 9 months ago, this deck was like $30-$40 on eBay. But yeah, super cool. So to say with that, this deck's probably giving me like a $30 deck on eBay right now through the next couple months. But yeah, I need a knife, and then we'll get into this last deck. The Lucky Draw playing cards here. I don't know anything about this deck. I recognize the name, but I like so the Lucky is embossed there. I really like the color palette of like monotone colors with like that light pink and that darker green, and then the tannish orange color there, and then it says trusted, approved, Lucky Draw playing cards made of the finest quality for everyday use. Very, very cool. I haven't gotten too much in the decks I've opened into like the details of the cards here. You know, like who makes them, or like the pips and indices, or like any like smaller details. When I do like full reviews on a lot of the more popular decks, I go in depth. In case this is your first time seeing me, basically any video where I just open one deck, I do way more in depth. But yeah, if anyone's new to the channel from seeing this video, if you have any deck of cards you want me to review, if I have it, I'll review it. If I don't have it, I will get it and review it. So yeah, just let me know in the comments. Yeah, this deck seems really, really cool. I like on the inside blip here, not enough people, as I was saying, not enough people do cool things with a sticker there. Not enough people put something on the inside. Like it's super easy, especially like on these like little lips too. Like not enough people do that, and it just takes a minute, and it really adds to the deck. It says a little bit of skill, a little bit of luck. Very true. I love how this is a borderless design. Makes for very cool fans. Very, very cool. Wow, I love the colors. Super, super cool. And man, yeah, I just love that fan. Like, how cool is that? I love borderless cards, as well as it's a symmetrical two-way design, which I love. Very simplistic as to the rest of the deck as well. But yeah, super, super cool. Love that fan. So yeah, as well, this is made by Art of Play. I'm not really sure if they collaborated with anyone on this deck. I love that though. The little Joker thing there. Super cool. As well as that. Yeah, I just love the colors. This looks so good together. Very cool color palette. Wow, very interesting. So I was expecting, I guess this makes sense. The deck smells very interesting too. I don't think this is USPCC, but I could be wrong. I'm usually right about that, but I could be wrong. Very cool Ace of Spades. Sticking with the simplistic style. We've got like a different font. Pips and indices are a little bit different with that. Sort of like line work on the inside there, and then the font being a little bit different, so it stays simplistic, but it stays unique as well, along with the rest of the deck. I just really like the flow of things. Wow, that's super cool. Again, with all the lines and stuff, but staying simplistic and light in colors. We've just got a tiny pop of color there, and I think it works really well for this deck. Like, yeah, beautiful, beautiful deck of cards. Super, honestly, like without looking at any of the other ones, this might be my favorite deck so far. And part of it is just like, man, that purple and green looks so good together. But yeah, give this deck a few shuffles here. Like I said, I don't think it feels like USPCC. If I find something on, I'll put it up there. As well, if I find anything about this deck, I'll put it up there. But yeah, it feels really nice. Fairly springy. Yeah, a little bit slippery, but not too bad. Wow, super, super springy. Yeah, I would be very interested to know, and even if I'm wrong, I'll put it up there, who made these cards. But yeah, feels super nice. Very slippery deck of cards, but like very springy as well. I really, really like it. Like I said, very springy. First mishap of this video. Not that I've done a lot of cardistry in this video, but sorry, one sec. Dropped a card there. But either way, this is a very cool deck of cards. Really, really like it. Like I said, I haven't done a ton of cardistry lately. So yeah, I'm a little off on that. But yeah, this deck feels amazing. I really, really like it. Whoa, yeah, that's super slippery. Try that one more time. Yeah, very slippery deck of cards, but it feels awesome, as well as that fan. Yeah, I love this deck of cards. I think with a little bit of breaking in, this would be like a really, really nice deck of cards. And so yeah, I'm interested to see the price on this, see who made it. But yeah, that's this. I can't end on a bad shuffle like that. But that's this year's mystery decks. Man, yeah, this is like very, I don't even know how to explain it, just very like snappy deck of cards. I really like it though. Very like fast and smooth and yeah, slippery. But yeah, feels super nice. Like it a lot. That is definitely a cool deck of cards. And yeah, your standard Art of Play logo there with the Epiphany's Wait the Curious Mind, as we saw on the Art of Play brand deck. But yeah, this deck is chef's kiss. This is so nice. And yeah, tuck case is really interesting because it's like a nice paper, but it's got like sort of like a grainy feel to it, but I like it a lot. I like the face there. It's, like I said, very like monotone, very simplistic, but it's also got a lot of detail in it. Yeah, this might be my favorite deck, at least just at first glance, other than one of my favorite decks of all time, but we didn't open it in this video. But either way, super happy with what I got. Like I said, most of these are going to be Art of Play. Art of Play. Art of Play. Like, they work with so many people to make so many decks, and like from like people who don't know about Art of Play, just opening these, like, unless you looked at the bottom of each deck, you probably wouldn't realize that these are all Art of Play. And this one's not Art of Play, actually. This is just Fulton Playing Cards, who's a friend of Dan and Dave, who own Art of Play. They will work with Brad Fulton a lot. This deck is Dan and Dave. I guess it says Art of Play on there as well, but this was like originally a Dan and Dave deck, but now they sell it on Art of Play. So yeah, pretty much all those are Art of Play, but you might get some, like, you know, I did last year, like a Fontaine deck or something random. But yeah, let me know what you guys get in mystery decks. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed opening all these. And yeah, please like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy it. I'll see you guys in the next one.